look now. But we are about to play some Call of Cthulhu. Turtles. How do you feel about turtles? Elle, go.
Turtles, I like them. It's a shame how slow they are, because otherwise they'd be an apex predator, I reckon.
Do you think turtles would be at the top of the food chain?
Yeah,
if they were just a little bit
especially
more,
like a snapping turtle, like that with a bit of speed on it.
Okay.
Could take out anything.
All right. Gem, turtles. Where do you stand on turtles?
I dreamt about turtles last night, that I was collecting all different kinds of turtles.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, I feel very strongly about them. I also like the ones that like all hang out in freshwater and they're like, give me food. They're very happy.
Okay, so like the ones that people, they throw.
Yeah. But then I also like I
bread.
went scuba diving and I was terrified of everything. I didn't think I would be. Not scuba diving, snorkeling. I'm not that hardcore. And then I saw this giant fish that was like 2 meters long and I was like, nah. But then I saw a sea turtle and I was like, this is the best thing ever. So it got me out of my head and it felt like a spiritual experience because those things are bloody majestic.
So it's a comfort animal for you,
Yes.
a turtle. Okay, all right.
Apex predator?
Not an apex predator?
It could be. It doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, not necessarily. Like, I think things that are cuddly can also be very deadly.
Like bears.
Yeah, I'd like a pet bear or a pet wolf or something.
Bears are friend shaped.
Yeah, friend shape, but not friend.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I don't think you'd say that if you saw a bear in the wild.
Yeah, I was going to say
they're
bears
nasty looking
bears are
creatures.
scary.
I think
They're
I'd
very. They're not.
They're
You see ones in a zoo. You're like, oh, that's kind of nice. I'd like to touch that. But I think if you saw one in the wild, it'd be a different story.
No, I still think I would cuddle it. I still think
you'd
I would
touch a
at
bear?
least. Yeah, I feel like it would at least go through my brain, where I'd be like, yeah, I could cuddle that.
You've always got like one of those involuntary sort of thoughts that sort of pop up before logic and
Before I run into
self-preservation
the
starts to kick in.
No, unfortunately,
You
due to
don't?
ADHD, I don't have self-preservation. So if I saw a bear in the wild, I would run up and I would be happily dying.
Teddy.
Yeah, that's it, Teddy.
What I'm hearing is that we should all never go to the US or Canada or anywhere with bears because we will probably die.
I'll be fine. I'm avoiding bears. I like bears. Like when they kill their prey. Sorry to get dark on you. They don't like some predators. They go for the neck first, right? They kill you and then they eat you.
Yeah, they want you dead.
Bears stand on you, use their weight to hold you down, and just rip bits off you while you're still screaming alive.
Oh.
There was this bear enthusiast guy who convinced his girlfriend to camp with bears a while back. It's a very famous story, and there was an audio recording of them both being ripped to shreds by the bears.
Yeah, I heard it.
And it's horrible. So I have a very respectful fear for bears due to my morbid internet curiosities, reading terrible stories about people dying to them. So yeah, do not go and hug a bear in public. I can't remember. Is it black bear? You go like this. Brown bear, you die.
It was something like one. Yeah, it was
And
like
polar bears, you're
you're
fucked.
fucked.
too.
Oh, yeah.
We're watching a show that involves polar bears called The
Polar
Terror.
bear is technically a
Based on the Franklin expedition. It's very good. But then
Yes.
there's also there's
Yes.
this weird documentary show on SBS. I don't it might be called Dateline. I'm not sure. It goes half an hour. And there was this I've watched two things on there related to bears. One was a town where they're trying to lure bears away using dogs. And then there's another town, I think in Russia, where bears have been harassing this whole town to the point where people can't leave the houses as much anymore. You'll turn up and there'll be one in your garage, and it's a real problem because people are encroaching on their natural environment so much around the world that they're getting closer to humans, and humans don't like it.
You definitely don't get as much of that with turtles.
Yeah,
No,
this
do you know
was
turtles
about
have a lot more
about
space?
turtles. or
There's
something.
less Dateline stories
I love
about turtles than there are about bears. So let's bring it up. Turtles. Corryn, where are you at?
Well, because I'm guessing because today's World Turtle Day.
No, is it?
I believe it is World Turtle Day today.
It is not.
I think it is actually.
Google it.
Can we get a fact checker? But no, yesterday at work, because I work in a kindy, and one of the workers brought in her turtle.
It is.
There you go.
It is.
No way. See,
Yeah.
this is what I was talking about.
Yeah.
As soon as you start playing Call of Cthulhu, it starts to permeate every aspect of your life. I
Yeah.
didn't know that it was Turtle Day. I didn't know that you dreamt about turtles.
Turtles.
I'm just
And
turning
yeah,
into
we-
a sorcerer.
So because it was World Turtle Day today, she brought in her turtle to go to take around all the rooms, and he was this 20, so a laundry basket, or he's 20 years old, and he was about the size of the bottom of the laundry basket. He was a big turtle.
Not a
And-
baby little one that
No, he
people
was
have.
a big turtle. And all the kids were fascinated to find out that the shell is actually part of the turtle. Like turtles, it's not just the shell and the turtle, it's the whole thing. So if you scratch a turtle's back, he actually feels it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shene, turtles, where do you stand?
I love turtles. My partner
like
and I
turtles.
collect like little ornaments of turtles, and I've got my favorite one is one where the head and the feet all like shake when you put it down. So cool. I love turtles. I love collecting turtles.
I saw a turtle on TV, and this is the reason why I bring it up today, because I feel like this is a good place to unload all of my sort of personal development. I saw a turtle on TV the other day, and I realized, don't like them. Don't like them.
turtles?
Don't like turtles. Nope. They're just a
Tortoises?
rock. They're just a rock, and they've got limbs sticking out of them. That's not part of nature. That's not normal. Well, they are.
I was gonna say.
But there's definitely like a separation between like inanimate objects and animals, and I feel like turtles
Stick
are
insects?
sort of blurring the boundaries between those two things.
Yeah,
and I don't like it.
How do you feel about stick insects?
Stick insects, hate them, terrible.
Or like leaf bugs.
Not good. No.
I've been the owner of stick
Tortoises?
insects. Not good.
Well, leaf bugs and stick insects, plants are kind of alive, so it's less of a grey zone for me.
What
It's
about
less of a
wombat?
boundary breaking thing.
Wombats, Australia's rock animal.
Ah, they're furry.
If you hit them,
I was
they-
gonna say that's definitely not the rock.
hang on. Platypuses.
Platypuses?
What do you think of
Crabs.
platypuses?
Eldritch horrors.
Yeah, they're a bit of a mess.
They are.
They're a bit of a mess.
Literally all the leftovers.
Yeah, I feel like we
the
could
hell?
go back
What
to
did
the
the
drawing board on
platypus
that
do
one
to
and
you?
make something more.
So it has the
More fun.
bill of a duck.
Yeah.
It produces milk.
Yep.
Gives birth to lays eggs,
Poison talons.
poison talons,
Sounds
and has
sick.
the tail of like a beaver.
Yeah, sounds great.
It's literally all the leftovers.
Do you know
An
what I love?
amalgamation.
That was just put into a bowl and poured out, and
Yeah.
you know
People thought they
whoever
weren't
is up
real.
there went,
Yeah.
I'm going to
These
put that
poor
thing in
animals.
Australia.
God damn you, Nyarlathotep, and using leftover parts to make creatures. That's not the natural order of things. We like everything to be aesthetically
People
pleasing.
thought that Australians were having them on with all that weird animals for a very long time.
Like drop bears.
People still believe that.
kangaroos. Like people think Australia's not real, by the way. So
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
we
they
don't
think that we're
exist.
actors.
And we walk around on our heads.
We
So
briefly
crazy.
touched on that in the last episode. I think someone
did,
mentioned.
yeah.
I think Mark said something along those lines.
is this
well,
proof that we're real?
um,
Just adding
Is
to
this
the.
proof enough?
we're all paid actors.
Everyone has their ground harness attached.
You should get
right?
your
Yeah.
check in the bill. Check in the bill.
They don't pay us
Checking
for
the
it.
bill.
Check in the mail. You should get your check in the mail
Check in the bill.
sometime over the next month for pretending to be Australian.
I need it.
You're all doing very good Australian accents, by the way. So
Thank you.
Thank you very much for supporting us on Patreon.
I buy it. I believe it.
G'day.
G'day, mate.
Oh, thanks, Koba.
All right. So if you're joining us for the first time, make sure you go back and watch the first 2 episodes. I don't want to toot my own horn, but they're pretty good. Actually, I do want to toot my own horn. They're pretty good. So there should be 2 episodes prior to this one. If you're watching this and you haven't seen the other ones, you're jumping into the story midway through, and that's not the best way to do it. But hey, if you want to do that, go right ahead. But before you do, make sure you leave a like on this particular video, and maybe even a comment as well, and then come back and watch it later when it makes more sense.
Can the comments be turtle related?
The comments can be turtle related. You can comment with your favorite
scare
turtle
GM.
story, and I'll rate the best one. I don't know.
Of today's episode title, World Turtle Day.
We'll workshop it.
If it relates to the story of the actual
We'll bring-
adventure, perhaps.
We'll
That's it.
workshop
There's going to
it.
be a turtle. There's going to be a turtle bear hybrid in here now.
That's great.
A turtle bear?
Let's get it.
Turtle bear? Owl bear?
Total geist.
So I wrote down a couple of things, some notes. First things first. If you have watched the other episodes, you may have noticed that the cast has gotten infinitely more attractive this episode. With the absence of Mark, you may have noticed. I don't know if you have, but allow me to introduce the artist extraordinaire and my own compass, Gemma.
Hello.
Gemma, welcome to Don't Look Now
Oh,
for the
yeah,
very first
Gemma.
time.
Hello. I like turtles.
In front of the camera. How do you
I
feel?
like turtles.
Yeah. No. Good.
Good?
I'm excited. Yep.
Yeah?
Yep. It's going to be like a self-insert situation, which is going to work
Oh.
real well for the stream.
Big fan of those.
Done it yet? Okay.
No, there's the title, self-insert.
Self-insert situation.
Self-insert situation.
I've already
There's the
done it.
title.
We're lucky it's Gem.
Yeah, write it down,
Yeah,
Jem.
I'm writing it down.
Good girl.
Writing it down. Awesome. All
But
right.
yeah, happy to be here. Everyone's amazing. I've seen how much fun everyone's been having for the last few weeks, and
Yes.
can't wait to jump in. And I'm going to be more of an observer. That's what my character is, rather than a doer, because it's like basically your guys' story already. You've done a lot, so I'm just going to be like an adjunct essentially. So I'm looking forward to what you get up to, and I hope we don't die.
So,
We're gonna die.
On the contrary, I hope I die.
the cast have all been treated to a preview to the first 2 episodes, so they've already seen it. Of course, we won't be releasing these to the public for some time yet. We want to have a few episodes under the belt before we actually start releasing these, so that we can make sure that we can release new episodes every single week. So if we have a few episodes already recorded, if someone is not available or something along those lines, it's okay, because we can catch up and we can stay ahead of things. So that's it's good. It's good to pre-record these things as opposed to doing them live like we used to do. Now, on that note, the first 2 episodes rather, that we tried to record, we had some technical difficulties. I think I mentioned that in the past. Which made the audio unrecoverable on those. So I think at some point we're going to go back and we're going to record an episode 0.5, which is going to be a little bit of a recap of what happened beforehand, so that people who are new to the channel will be able to watch that and then jump straight into the haunting and be up to date with everything that's happening. But I think it might be a good idea to go around the table now and sort of reintroduce ourselves just quickly, and reintroduce our characters as well, so that when we launch back into this, especially with a new player at the table, everyone has a clear understanding and a mental picture of what everyone's characters look like. So we'll go across the board, but we're going to start on the opposite side of the table this time. Elle, would you like to kick us off?
Yes, me and my character.
Yeah, let's start with you, and then a little bit about your
Hello,
character.
me is Elle. I am Elle. My pronouns are they, them. I'm a games lover extraordinaire. If it's a tabletop game or a video game or an escape room or a trivia night or anything that involves any form of rules, I play it. I love games. Been playing TTRPGs for a very, very long time, since I was a wee little teenager writing too much fan fiction online. I am now an adult who loves RPGs. Woohoo! And yeah, I love games.
He loves games, ladies and gentlemen. Shene, would you like? Oh no, you haven't done your character yet.
My character?
No,
Yeah. I am playing Hayley Hornsbury, pen name H.A. Hornet, a self-proclaimed author and researcher. She says that her books are non-fiction and only the truth. The reality is that there are a lot of sensationalism, and she really loves the supernatural, especially when it comes to ghosts and hauntings and Ouija boards and tarot cards and anything that perhaps will help her make a reconnection with her mum that recently passed away. So she's doubled down on all of her supernatural interests. Maybe not the healthiest coping mechanism, but the one that she's gone for. And she tends to just not a doubter, absolutely a believer. She'll see something floating across the room and she'll be like, yeah, of course. But also perhaps lacking in self-preservation due to that. Although, I don't know, I feel like she kind of got freaked out recently and backed off a little bit. Shit got real. But yeah, that's Hayley.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a difference between believing and witnessing and experiencing, especially when it comes to the genre that we're dealing with Call of Cthulhu, because you might have an idea of what you think spirits would look and behave like, but when you actually experience them for yourself for the first time, it might shatter your perception of what you think the supernatural actually is. Shene, would you like to go next?
Hello, I am Shene. I go by any pronouns. I don't really care. Call me what you want. I am a very creative person. I love to do absolutely everything from singing to craft and sewing. I do a lot of sewing for cons, and I like to make my outfits as well as my fiance's outfits. I really like to do, absolutely anything creative. I'm playing Sylvia Booker. She, her. She's a graduate student. She's a little bit plain looking, kind of gives off the creepy vibes because of that, but mostly it's because she likes to stay on the outside a little bit and get an understanding of what's happening before stepping in. She's a father's girl and really, really thinks about her dad all the time, carries his pen around and keeps notes on kind of what's happening all the time, journals.
Journals.
Journaling.
Journaling. Loves a journal.
And I believe she's been journaling this entire experience as well. Is that correct?
She keeps getting scared, so she's like, instead of, thinking about it, she just writes it down so that she can come and have a look at it when she's more sane.
Okay. Very good. Corryn, would
I
you
feel
like
like
to go next?
Hi, my name's Corryn. I go by she, her. I've been playing TTRPGs for about 7, maybe 8 years now. Mainly Pathfinder I've been playing, so this is the first time I played Call of Cthulhu. Although I have previously said before I played Call of Cthulhu game, and there's another game I played. I can't remember what it's called now because who I am as a person. But just like Gemma, I'm very creative. I like to sew. I like to paint. I'm currently in the process of making cat thrones for my cats.
Sorry, hold on. Cat thrones?
Cat thrones, yes.
Like chairs?
Like chairs.
That a king would sit in.
I work in a kindy and we were replacing all our furniture. So I took some of the little kid chairs and I've sanded them, and I've got 3 so far. I've got black, red and green one. They're all going to be themed. So the green one is going to be Wicked themed because I just love Wicked. And so, I'm painting them all up, and I'm going to put fluffy things, furry things down so that then they're my cat thrones.
Okay.
I've also stole a table and I'm sanding that back and I'm turning it into a coffee table. Very, very creative as well, sewing and all that kind of jazz. And I play Claire Doyle. She is a university professor in Boston, and she grew up with around that Massachusetts Salem area, so she was always been around witchcraft and occultism and all that. So she was really, really into it, born into it, created by it, and so she's she's a firm believer of everything.
Okay, all right. We've got a couple of believers. You may have mentioned it, but your character Sylvia was a skeptic, right?
Yes, absolutely. She's much more of a, there's got to be a reason to it. There's not ghosts, then not witchcraft.
Still a skeptic?
Yeah, I would say that she's still a skeptic. I would say that she's been scared by what's happened.
Okay.
And it's definitely made her think, but she's very stuck in her own ways.
Interesting. It'd be interesting to get a look at those journals and see how Sylvia sort of justifies the events that have occurred over the last.
That would be cool. Maybe I should do up a journal, an actual
hours.
journal.
That would actually be really cool.
Yeah.
That could be a
fun.
Patreon bonus.
And I do have a journal at home that I could sacrifice for this course.
I have a lot of allegedly and claims. Max claimed he witnessed this. Allegedly,
exactly.
this
Exactly.
Allegedly, he was stabbed.
It seems that this happened, but there must be a reasonable explanation.
Last session, I was pretending to be her journaling, and it became very quickly chicken scrawl because insanity. None of this is real, so she just scribbled a little bit.
I took photos of everyone else's notes and put them up at the end credits of the last episode.
Oh, nice.
For those people who left their notes here. I didn't get yours because you took yours home.
No, that's
so
a
maybe at the end of this
yours are the
episode we'll
best.
share
That's
those.
a Patreon bonus.
They're pretty good.
Patreon bonus.
You have to pay for that. That's
Yeah,
behind
you
a
have to
pay
paywall,
for
ladies
those
and
Do you
gentlemen.
like my labeled map?
Yes, no, the
are
map
all
is very good. I do
Bathroom
appreciate that.
sludge is one of my labels.
Bathroom sludge.
In tub.
Speaking of things that should be behind a paywall, Gemma, would you like to introduce yourself and your character?
Paywall.
Yeah, hi. I'm Gem. My pronouns are they, them. I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm me. I'm finding out what I like a bit more as I get older. I've always been someone who's loved games. I've loved rules. I have loved the world of fantasy and science fiction just because I feel like it's a real reflection of our own world, and it's actually helped me find ways to be in the world in a safe way as someone who's extremely neurodiverse. I love Call of Cthulhu. I find it scary as shit. When I first started with all of this stuff, I was like, do you know what? How scary can it be, cosmic horrors? But the more I'm learning over the last little year or so, I find it scarier because it sort of blends with our real world, and I do not like it.
Yeah, there is a degree of.
There is. So I'm very careful. I'm a practicing witch, and I
What
am
is
doing
more
a
of
lot
a
of
cosmic horror than the existence of life?
Cosmic horror is like
yeah.
the turtle of horror.
Yeah.
It sort of blends in ways that it shouldn't.
I was going
Total
to
of
say,
horror.
I believe that the biggest evil in the world are fellow humans. So, yeah, this is interesting.
You're
This is
going to have to
interesting.
draw a turtle of terror now.
A turtle of horror.
A turtle.
Yes.
That's it, turtle of
Who
horror.
am I?
And
well,
what are your
who
pronouns?
are you playing first?
Oh, me, shit. I am playing Adele Nazim.
I mean, you can play me if
Me
you'd like
too,
to.
girly.
We swap
Hey,
seats.
Sven. Adele Nazim. Adele is a character that I played just like once, and I thought Adele was great. I am a pharmacist. I live in New York City, and I'm just down in Boston helping out at a local hospital. I'm actually from Australia, born in Sydney, which isn't cheeky at all because it doesn't explain my accent or anything. I am surprisingly astute when it comes to persuading and stealth and spot hidden. So yeah, watch out, Eldritch Horrors.
Well, you got to be pretty stealthy when you're a pharmacist. You can be like, penicillin.
Yes, actually, I have dealt
you.
with a situation using medicine before. So yeah, and I am good at first aid, everybody. So hopefully
We need that.
Yeah, you definitely need that.
The guy who needs it most is not here.
Yeah.
He's actually in the hospital getting
Well, it so
fixed.
happens that I was around helping him administering medication, and I overheard you two talking. Yeah. So
Dropped
I have
herself
had
in the law there.
Yes.
Clever.
Contriving reasons to bring in your
Yes.
characters. I like it.
Well, I have had an experience or two of things that I found hard to explain. I've had situations where it bordered on seeing magic, but I haven't seen anything concrete except for one apparition that I saw on a boat from Australia to America. So hearing you talk about it, yeah, it probably was.
It was a turtle.
It probably
A dugong.
But then I heard you talking, and I sort of promised myself that if I ever had the opportunity to go in and see for myself again, that I would. So I'm just pretty much going to go, hey, I know this is weird, but can I come along? I've got sort of a personal thing where I want to sort of confirm my suspicions that things were real or let it go of it. So, yeah.
I'm just now
entered the
realizing
hospital
I have
with
no
a knife
idea
wound. I
what
want to
it's
go
gonna
where
look
he
like.
came from.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun place to
Pharmacists are
go.
known for their gusto, aren't they?
Well, there's a
And their-
reason why a pharmacist is a slang term for someone who deals drugs, I suppose.
Yeah, true.
Yeah?
But I did go to uni
All the drug
for it.
experts out there, you know
I
what
am
I'm
a
talking
drug
about.
expert, and most of it's opium and stuff at this stage.
Yeah,
So it's like,
opium
do you want
and-
opium or cocaine? Cocaine, they're my two.
It's opium and
Ether?
no, it was another. Oh, what is
I'm a
it?
good girl. I don't do those things. Wait,
And I
let's
have
look
some
up
absinthe in my
1920
bag.
drugs.
1920s
I
drugs.
played a character that was addicted to it in a D&D game.
Opium, morphine,
No,
cocaine.
no. Oh, I think it was like a cocaine drink. It was a drink, like the
Laudanum?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I was addicted to it in a D&D
Heroin?
campaign.
Well,
Laudanum.
Sven, introduce yourself.
my name is Sven Westkamp, and my drug of choice is tabletop role-playing games, which is why I'm going to be your keeper of arcane lore for today's episode. Like I mentioned, we're going to be playing Call of Cthulhu. All right, so this is, as I mentioned, this is episode 3, technically episode 4 if you include the 0.5 that we're going to be recording later. So I think it behooves us to do a quick recap before we actually launch into the gameplay today.
I vote Al do it because Al did a really good job
God.
last time.
You did
Do you
actually.
want
You
to?
were given the
Oh,
job.
no. Did you have one prepped already? Or?
I mean, I wrote a couple things down, but I did so last time too, and you
Alice
blew
was
me out of the
so
water.
good last time.
Yeah,
No,
no.
I don't want to. If you've got notes, I don't have notes.
Hang on, if Elle's going to be our recap person, or whoever does recap, can they get some sort of reward?
I don't need a
That's a
reward.
Patreon
I do it for the
bonus.
love of the game.
The
Like
reward
5
is.
points of luck or 2 points of luck, depending on how good it is. Just because if I ever have to do it, I want to
We
be
are actually going
to.
to do a luck improvement roll for today's episode.
Oh, yay!
Ooh.
That's good.
Yes.
Oh, no.
So I don't think that's necessary.
Okay.
So do you want to do the recap? Do you want me to do the recap? You can do it, and I can fill in some some gaps if you'd like?
I feel
or-
like you can go for it because I can't remember where the last session ended and where the next one picked off.
Yes.
So I'll end up recapping everything.
Yeah, and people at home may have noticed as well. The last episode cut out pretty abruptly. We had a catastrophic failure with my recording equipment. Hopefully that won't happen this time. We can have an actual end to the episode.
We have crystals.
We
for
have
that.
crystals to fix the energy in the room. You didn't miss out on much. That's pretty much where we ended anyway. Once we realised that the recording equipment had stopped functioning, but just quickly, a quick recap from where we left off. Mark's character Max and Elle's character Haley went to the hospital because Max was suffering from a major wound and serious chest wound as he'd been stabbed by an animated knife which had floated up into the air and just right in the chest. Meanwhile, Claire and Sylvia had gone to investigate the Chapel of Contemplation of Our Lord, or at least what remained of it. On a shall we say, a hunch based on a photograph, which Sylvia
was a
had
photograph, I
discovered,
swear.
which may or may not be a psychosomatic interpretation of her own memories. No? No, she's shaking her head.
No.
While they were there, she sort of remembered that she had been there before as a child. Her grandma had taken there, and that there was a basement in the building. And just as she recalled that particular piece of information, the floor beneath Claire collapsed, and she fell down into a hidden basement, whereupon she found the following: 2 skeletal bodies and a cabinet. Now, as she was lying on the floor, sort of looking around, having fallen prone after the collapse, she discovered beneath the cabinet a journal, a long-lost journal. Yes.
That I
see
am
that
not
on the
going to
camera
read
right there.
out again.
No, we read that out last episode, but just I've got a couple of.
Yes, the Shadow Hand.
That was amazing.
Shadow
actually.
ham, yeah.
Shadow Ham.
Shadow ham.
I just kept reading the M as a H. I was like, Han Solo.
It makes sense though.
Come on.
Rum ham.
Just a summary of the information, because it contains some pretty juicy nugs of information inside that journal pertaining to your particular situation. July
nudge, nudge.
1808, a tome was found. September 1808, the author of the journal summoned an entity he called the Dark Man.
Dark, not Shadow. Dark
With
Man.
with a ritual that requires the blood of 3 people. 1835, the author expresses his desire to obtain 20 Sheaf Street, after which the original owner falls ill and the author takes ownership of the
And
property.
for what I remember, the only reason he wanted ownership of 20 Sheep Street was it was close to the
It was
church.
close to the church.
Gotcha.
It was convenient for him or her.
Or at least the only reason listed.
1847. The author talks about how the Chapel of Contemplation is growing in number and influence. June 1852. The author mentions the Dark Man providing a ritual that allows him to summon, in quotation marks, the hunter which once satisfied fades. So just a quick thing to point out there. The ritual to summon the Dark Man is a separate ritual to the one which allows him to summon the hunter which once satisfied fades. So they are 2 different entities as per the journal. 1852. The author mentions he has discovered the secret of rigor vitae, a ritual that apparently keeps flesh from decomposing, and that was in July 1852. 1866. The author mentions using I can't even read my own handwriting here. 4 stern commands to force Minister Michael Thomas to obey the Dark Man's will. I believe Minister Michael Thomas was also mentioned in one of the other handouts as being the what's the right word here?
Pastor?
Person in charge of Walter Corbett's will.
Yeah.
The executor of his will. That's the word.
The priest. Yeah, the priest.
Yes.
And then finally, June
I was gonna say adjudicator, but I
1866.
was like, that's what it works, isn't it?
The author is nearing death, but mentions he will soon become immortal, and that others will have to feed him. Now, that is the information that you got from the journal. If you were to do a little bit of an exploration of the basement, you would find, obviously, the collapsed stairwell, which is now completely covered in rubble.
Sorry, Sven, is this the basement of the church?
The basement of the church, yes.
Okay.
And inside the cabinet, which I'm assuming you probably look in, you
Yes.
find some burnt papers, which I happen to have here. So if you'd like to have those ones as well. These ones should be a bit easier to read.
Oh, no. Okay. So this is what we're looking at. The first one says 1835 is with the means to continue our work. It says Weber, and then it's the next line, and then it says Corbett. Our dark lord has, next line all burnt out. We waited for this day, our plans all blacked out. Another line way down. Something us strength. And then it says June 20, 1866. This is the beginning. Walter has been chosen to depart this world for something greater. The dark ham/man has summoned him, and though his body lies still in a state that is pitiful, civilization would label in a state that this pitiful civilization would label dead, his soul will live on. Steps have already been taken to ensure that Corbett's body will be safely interred in the basement of his house in accordance with his wishes and the wishes of the Dark Man. Praise be to him, may he be reborn anew. Do you want to read the rest of this one?
Okay. May 15th, 1912. The fools of this wretched city burnt out. What's the fools of this wretched city burnt out.
Oh, that works.
Yeah, fools of this wretched city retracted. No, we have the children, and now it is only burnt. So full stop. There'll be full stop. Start new sentence. We cannot allow our sacred grounds to be sullied. Then it's all burnt, and then part of the word police officers. The children will make fine shields. Burnt. The ritual shall be performed as planned. They are here. Praise be to the Dark Man. May 22nd, 1912. Councilman Ellsworth has once again kept us from harm. His position has proven to be an invaluable resource from the chapel. Sorry, I'll start that again. His position has proven to be an invaluable resource for the chapel. Perhaps the Dark Man will grant him favor as he did with Corbett.
Ooh. So this was found in the basement.
In the basement,
With
in
skeleton.
the cabinets, where you
In the
also
cabinets.
found the remains of 2 skeletal bodies.
So the skeletons were found in the cabinet.
No, the skeletons were next to the cabinets.
Okay.
The burnt papers were inside the cabinets.
Right.
Or thereabouts.
And a broken staircase covered in rubble.
Broken staircase, and any further investigation yields no further results, essentially. So just wanted to
Yep.
get those into your hands. So maybe we see this scene where you find these documents and you close the cabinet, and we black out from that scene, and we come up in a sort of private room. There's 2 beds, maybe, that are sort of sectioned off from the rest of the hospital by a brown curtain. And in that bed, maybe we see Mark's character, Max, sort of lying on the bed. He's, he's naked from the waist up, just covered in bandages, which are sort of seeping through with fresh blood. As the wound appears to be resistant to medicine, he is maybe sweating, a fever starting to set in. The doctor possibly talks to Hayley to let her know that they're going to need to keep him for another couple of days at least, because it looks like an infection has started to set in a little bit.
Sven, Max got stabbed in the lung, didn't he? So
He
it's
did.
not a superficial wound.
It's not a superficial wound. In fact,
then smoked a cigarette.
he took a major wound.
Yeah, major wound.
He took a major wounds. He
In the
took
20s as well. So
yeah. So it's a pretty serious condition. They do feel like they can get it under control. However, maybe it was the knife, or just it's become slightly infected, and it's resisting a little bit their attempts to sort of clean the wound. It continues to bleed, so they're going to need to keep him there for a little bit longer. And maybe a pharmacist is asked to provide him with a little bit of painkillers to make his stay at the hospital a little bit more comfortable. So I think that's where I can hand it over to you guys. A pharmacist?
Yes.
Or a pharmacist student?
Yes, I'm an actual
Oh,
pharmacist.
you're actually a
now.
pharmacist now. Look at
Yes.
that.
So is Max conscious?
I'd
Or would he
say
be unconscious at this point?
he might be in and out a little bit, but
Yeah.
he's probably unconscious
Yeah.
by now. Yeah.
Oh.
Because I don't want to role
He's
play.
definitely still got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
He's still smoking.
Yeah.
He's completely out of it, but
Yeah.
still smoking.
Oh, glad to see you giving him the best medical treatment that we have nowadays, a cigarette. Poor dear. Okay. Hi. I heard you talking before Max went to sleep. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay. I'm only asking because I was very interested. I heard something about a floating knife.
Ah.
It's okay. I'm a semi-believer.
What's my what do I see? What immediate nurse starts talking to me about a private conversation.
Yep.
What's the vibe of
Yeah. So
I'm trying to vibe check.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can do so. I'm just standing there. I'm actually quite tall. I am wearing plain clothes actually. I've got a bit of a fervor in my eye because I've heard this. I never hear about these things.
In that case, I would be straighten myself up a bit. Pleased to meet you. I am H.A. Hornet. I am an investigator. We've been doing a simple investigation into what appears to be a home haunted by some spirits of those who have passed. And I'm kind of saying this, gauging, are you on board with this? Are you going, spirits?
No. My reaction would be, oh, okay, yep.
Yes,
yep.
hopefully it will make for a compelling tale when done. It seems the Max is an excellent detective, but a bit... Look at him. Make sure he's passed out. A bit clumsy in his investigative skills, and I believe he may have angered some of the residing spirits in the home.
Oh god.
Because at this point, Hayley knows nothing about the fucking Dark Man, hasn't heard about the
Yeah.
journal, hasn't seen the creepy symbol. For her, it's just poltergeist in the house, classic.
So I'd just go about making sure that I'd probably light another cigarette for Max, put it in his mouth.
He's now got two hanging out of his mouth.
He's got two,
one
so
on
I'll be
either
like,
side.
I'm going to leave him with a few extra. Do you mind if I just tag along? I won't be in the way. It seems like you're an amazing... Are you a journalist, a writer?
Yeah, also, yeah.
Oh, okay, yep. So would you mind if I came along? I'm very... very new to the anything to do with the occult or hauntings, but I did have an experience a while ago where I sort of promised myself if I ever got the opportunity, I'd look into it again. So if you don't mind,
Yeah, hang on. I'm just gonna read.
Oh my God, there's a photo of Mark. If you don't mind, I might come along. I'll stay out of the way. And I've got my handy little bag. So I've got this satchel and I'm like holding it. And that's where I got the cigarettes out of. And you can see these vials in there. And I'm very handy.
It's full of
She's a
drugs.
It's full of drugs.
Oh,
It's full of drugs.
drugs.
I don't see why not. I can't offer you the same. We have been hired by the new owner of the property.
You can't take any of our money.
I don't think I could onboard you to a contract without their consent.
Oh,
So
that's
this would
fine.
have to be unpaid
100%.
labor.
I've already been paid for today, giving
Intern.
everyone their cigarettes and cocaine and things. Like I'm finishing my shift. I'm well
Get me a
paid.
copy.
And the doctor's already pilfered Max's wallet, so his money's
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. Like so, I pretty much, it's okay to come with you, I just go to the next room and sort of hear me talking to the staff, saying, make sure he has a cigarette every half an hour. Give him some cocaine in 45 minutes. I'll check in the morning.
Keep him suitably
Keep him
dosed.
suitably dosed, and I'd pat him on the shoulder and be like,
Just
"Good
hope
job, buddy."
This man stops bleeding out. Is that the only cause that they're doing here? They're like,
Maybe some bleed, but they're not bleeding anymore at this point. I don't think. They're not
No,
It's
they
fresh blood.
need some fresh bandages every now and then. So maybe a nurse will come in every couple of hours, change his bandages, apply a
you
little bit
poor
of
dear.
salve, balance his humours. What are you guys doing for my very, very serious game? This is horror. What is this?
Dying over here is Max with a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
2 cigarettes.
2 cigarettes, sorry, and then I'm a believer. Okay.
That pretty much sums up the
No,
scene.
seriously, that's just what's
believer.
in my head. Like,
The question mark next
Haley's
to the
there
okay.
with Max. Max is like, cigarette. And then, up comes Adele. She's like, I'm a believer. And Haley's like, okay.
No, Haley's more like, okay.
Feel free to do a
Sick.
psychology roll if you want as well, just to see.
No.
Okay.
Fervor in the eye was all I needed.
Fervor in the eye.
Look, I've been hanging out with Max for the last couple of days, and every time I try and explain to him all of my knowledge about ghostly
Yeah.
things, he just goes like, "It's vagabonds." So I'm glad to have someone
Vagrants.
who will listen to my totally real and important knowledge.
Totally real.
So I guess I know that these guys are gonna go. I think we had we decided to meet up at the house across the road.
Yeah.
So head there for the 5 p.m. meeting with the owner of the neighbor across the house, which probably doesn't know as much as you guys now know. But that's where I'm gonna head.
We can ask.
And I will bring along. Oh, I didn't
Probably
get your name.
Oh, Adele.
Adele. Pleased
I'm
to meet you,
Adele.
Adele. I am. You can call me Haley.
Oh, hi, Haley.
I was gonna try and sing just a random Adele song, but I couldn't think of any.
Rolling in the deep. Hello.
I like from the other
Actually,
side.
you're rolling in the deep at the moment. You're in a basement.
I am. I was about to say, if we're meeting at this house, how
injured?
am I? I am. I took
She keeps falling over.
I
would
do.
think that
Yeah, are
she's
you guys
injured.
stuck in this basement if the stairs are
Yeah.
collapsed?
I found a way down. I found
Oh.
a safe way down.
How did you get down?
I climbed through the hole. I just found a safe
Do you
way.
have a rope? Do you have any means of
Like,
getting out of this?
I was like, okay, so how are we getting out?
I'm a little rat. I just scurry around. You gotta just scurry back up. We'll be fine.
How heavy are you?
Me? I'm little. I am little.
Can I pick her up and throw her? No, sorry.
Well, I'm assuming that you haven't entered the basement.
I mean, I fell into it.
You fell into it, yeah. So
Yeah.
so
Oh, yeah,
you're
I'm
there,
totally
Claire.
looking
But
down.
I'm assuming
Yes.
that Sylvia hasn't gone down into the basement
No.
because
I guess not.
I wouldn't imagine.
But you're like, what's down
So
there?
you're probably
Oh,
still
no.
I saw skeletons and I didn't want to go down there.
up top. You're like in the remains of the burnt out church, whereas Claire, you're down in the basement looking up. I think you had the flashlight with you, so you've been using the flashlight. Maybe you're pointing it
Yes.
up and
Yeah.
you're having this conversation. But it is worth mentioning, like, what's your plan now? How are you going to get out? Like I said, it's like 8 feet, something like that.
8 feet.
So it's a predicament. It's not a life-threatening predicament, but it is a predicament because the rubble, if you were to have a look at that at the staircase, I mean, it would take moving equipment to get that out of the way. So
All right.
you tell me,
Wow.
what are you thinking?
What am I thinking? Well, I'm thinking I'm probably going to sit on the floor and cry for a little bit because
Okay.
I'm sick and tired of falling down holes and I'm hurt. And I'm sitting in the room with 2 skeletons, and I found a journal, and I read a journal. I read the journal out loud to absolutely nobody. Then I found a couple of burnt out papers, which I read out loud to nobody. Next minute, there's a little voice above going, "What?" Anyway,
Stop
I
falling
guess.
over.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Maybe if I just didn't throw a fall
Maybe
over.
have a look around. 'Cause,
Yeah, I was
like,
about to say,
cultists
do
tend
you-
to have more than one exit.
I got my flashlight. Do you want me to roll, I guess, spot hidden to see if I can find something that might help me, or
I'll allow you to
a
roll.
general perception check?
I'll allow you to roll luck.
Luck?
Luck.
Okay.
Luck. And you know what?
can do it.
If Sylvia, if you're looking for a way to help her out of this situation, I'll get one from you as well. Or if you want to leave her there, you can just leave.
You've had enough.
Nah, it's alright. I'll help her out a little.
Oh,
If I
shit.
can.
No, I'm done. Fucked. 17, love.
17.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm stupid.
I got 51 over 34.
51 over 34
over-
and 17.
Sorry, last
I'm
time it
thinking it's
changed.
probably
52.
52. That brings up another thing. I did say that is a success, but I did say we're going to do a luck improvement roll today as well. So before I describe what happens here, let's do that, shall we? So luck improvement works similar to other improvement rolls, in which you would need to roll against your luck. However, you want to roll over your
wanna fail
current
this one.
luck. So if you succeed, you'll get 1d10 points of luck back.
Do you want me to roll again as well?
So I want to go as high as well.
You want high on this one, and just
Okay,
tell me if
okay.
you're over or under.
improvement?
That's all that matters.
Can it go above your starting luck?
Yeah.
What's your no?
I
If
never
you haven't
spent-
used any, don't
I
worry
never
about
spent
it.
any luck.
Oh.
I am super
Oh, well, I
lucky.
don't get to do it either. Can I see what I would have got?
Yeah, sure.
So you got 81
I rolled a
61.
1.
or 61.
A 1.
0, 1. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have
Wow.
really failed that.
That's a pretty bad fail. Did you fail?
I
or
got
succeed?
84.
You got 84, which is over. So roll a d10, and that's how much luck you get back. Shene, did you?
I got 61.
You got 61, which is that over?
Sweet.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
no.
over 60.
It's over. Okay, roll a d10, and wow,
D10.
really by the skinnier face, you got that one.
Oh, well, that's what my normal luck was. My current luck is 52.
Yeah, it is current. It is
30.
against
So you
current.
get 3 luck
So-
back.
I
get
Should've rolled
3
this
luck
one.
back.
It's still the
3
same
luck.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you live forever.
Yay!
Very good. Okay, so let's interpret that successful luck roll from Sylvia. I think maybe there's probably no rope because the place burnt to the ground, but maybe potentially there is something that you can use, maybe one of those burnt out timbers or something that you'll be able to slide in there that might give you a bonus dice in your attempt to climb out if you want to do that.
I was just looking at my picture and go, how stable would that cabinet be? Like, how tall will it be? And
Okay, all right.
how
Yeah, this
stable would
is
it
another
be?
option. Let's use that luck die. Let's say it's pretty stable.
Okay.
It's
right.
survived most of the
Okay,
carnage.
I'm going to clamber up onto that,
Yeah. Okay.
depending on how tall it is. If
Mm-hmm.
it's just a short thing or if it's a tall, I drew a tall cabinet, but
All right.
I could draw a short one if I have to.
What I'll do.
I've drawn a tall one, just so you know, GM.
Yeah, I drew a tall one so that I can climb up, and it's 7 feet tall, and I climb up.
I'm not
6
gonna belabor the point too much. I'm gonna say that you're gonna be able to get out of here, but I will get a strength check just
Okay.
to pull the cabinet over.
Hoist.
There it is.
What would we do without you, Gem?
I reckon.
You'd be fine.
65 over 40.
65 over 40. Would you like to use any of your newfound luck?
Yes. Yes, oh, no, hang on.
No.
That's a lot of luck. That's pretty much
20,
my
23
entirety
points of luck or something like that.
I fall down.
No.
And
So
then I fall down again.
what I will say is like you're dragging this thing over. It's very, very heavy. So I'd say maybe you pull a muscle or something like that as you're pulling it along. So I'd say maybe just 1 hit point of damage for
Okay.
a failure on that. But once you get into
That's
position,
taking me to half. Of
that's
my
taking you half. That's okay because you still haven't taken half in one go,
yes,
so
that's
it's not a
right,
major wound. But you do get it there. You're able to clamber up on top of the cabinet, and
Yep.
with Sylvia's help, you manage to climb up out of the basement.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yes. We
Yes.
did it. Teamwork. Yeah.
Good job.
I'll
And
draw
now we
that. soon.
can go back over to the house.
Yes.
Stand across the road and
Yeah.
wait for.
Well, of
Haley.
course, you know, I found a journal and these burnt out pieces of paper and down there, and
Oh, I love a journal.
yeah. She's reading it as we're walking down the street.
And
Well, I'm limping down the street. I've pulled a muscle.
You've pulled a muscle, so you're in a bit of
Yeah.
pain. It's been a pretty tough week. You're pretty banged up.
Yeah.
Tough day, I should say. You're pretty banged up. You got some bruises. You're feeling a bit worse for wear. And I think that's a good point for you guys to arrive. Maybe you caught a taxi from the hospital. I'd say maybe it takes an hour or so longer for them to get there, or maybe we can just move things forward a little bit, and it may be like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 p.m. By the time these two arrive in a taxi cab. What do you want to do?
Can I just ask, because it's my first time seeing Claire and she looks pretty banged up, would I be able to do any first aid? Or
Usually,
has that already happened today?
Usually it is within the first hour that has to happen. I'll allow it. Let's.
Thinking if we coalesce at the right time, one of my first instincts would be to say, I'm Adele. Are you okay? You look
Stranger.
like you've been very, very injured. I just
Stranger
sort
danger.
of inserting myself, yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Very.
do you mind if I have a look?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh wait, what? Can I have a look?
Stranger
Absolutely
danger.
not.
Well, I've arrived.
Can I put
with
my
Haley.
hands on you?
All right.
This is Adele.
I have
He
your
is
consent?
my research assistant.
Hello, everybody. /pharmacist.
Intern, unpaid intern.
23 under
Then to be.
51. So that's a heart.
That's a head.
It's-
Doesn't matter too much in this instance. You get 1 hit point back.
Yes.
So you're able to alleviate the strain with some salves and ointments.
And I'd also
and
be like,
And
is there
cocaine.
anything you'd like? Are you in pain?
Oh yes, intense amount of pain. What
Okay.
have you got?
Would you like some opium mixed with laudanum?
Sure.
There you go. And I'll give you a little tincture.
Oh no, that might make me a little bit.
No. It's enough just to make the pain go away. I'm an expert
It's
Okay.
with that
flavor opium.
flavor opium.
Flavor
Yes,
opium.
That gives me 1 extra point of luck
it does.
because I feel lucky.
Actually, it might. Dexterity.
Feeling lucky and being lucky are two very different.
And have you had some cigarettes since this happened?
I do not smoke.
Would you like one?
No.
It will help.
I would.
No, I'm good.
There you
Thank
go.
So Haley,
Pharmacists handing out drugs
Yeah.
and cigarettes.
That's
I
all they do.
love the
But
20s.
yes, I'd be like, okay, Haley, where to?
We are here, pretty much.
We were planning to meet with the owner of this residence. Did you guys? That church seemed pretty useless. Did you find anything there?
I found the basement.
Quickly.
Yeah, very quickly I found the basement. And in the basement, I found 2 skeletons. A little skeleton, a big skeleton, and a dog skeleton. Sorry.
Hold on, excuse me, corpses?
Yes.
No, skeletons.
Yeah,
Corpse is a different thing.
Of people.
Yeah, oh yeah, human skeletons.
Should we?
Two of
should
them.
we tell the police?
I mean, yeah, but right now we're at this house and I'm telling you what's happening down the basement. So I fell into the basement.
Is Haley, is this normal?
You're just so matter of fact. Like, yeah, we found bodies.
So I found the basement and 2 skeletons. I found this journal. I'll hand everybody the journal. I'll hand you the journal. And these 2 pieces of burnt out paper. Please be very careful because they're burnt. There's some ash falling off. That's fine. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so that's what we found.
And would you fill us in about the dark ham / man and the...
I would love to.
Yeah.
If you'd like to previously go back
So
to the
you
last
hand me
episode.
you hand me the journal with the scary symbol on it.
Yeah.
When I see the scary symbol, does it
Is the symbol in
hurts
the
the front
journal?
of my head?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't want to look.
Just
at that.
briefly.
I didn't want to look at that. Look, I wrote don't look at my.
Yeah, don't look.
Now, am I immune because I haven't dealt with any of this particular situation?
nope.
Okay.
As soon
so
as
I
you
do.
see it, everyone
Hey.
who sees it feels
Yeah.
that just
Yeah. Oh,
brief period of uncomfortableness.
Caffeine withdrawals.
yeah. I did just finish a shift. Maybe.
So is this
What you got in that
flip
bag?
through the journal, reading it, learning? So this is related to the house. Oh.
So two skeletons. Was there anything to indicate what happened there? Like, did they seem peaceful? Did it seem brutal? Was there what was the vibe? From what you've said, these people weren't very nice. It sounds like a church that I wouldn't want to go to.
I mean, I didn't pick up much of a vibe from the skeletons.
Okay.
They were just sort of slumped
skeletons?
against the...
Oh, so they were sort of slumped. So did it look like they died there or were put there?
Having never been exposed to what a body looks like slumped and what a body looks like placed, I
yes.
can't really say. They were just lying there up against the cabinet. I know I've got them up against the wall in the picture, just ignore it. So I mean, they just looks like they were there, and being just bones, it's very hard to tell what emotions they were feeling afterwards.
Yeah. Maybe Hayley would be able to pick up on something.
I didn't see anything else around them to indicate a poisoning or like they were stabbed or anything.
goodness.
They were there willingly. They were just sort of there.
My goodness. So we won't go to the police now. You might after?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
It seems like they've been there a while.
Yeah, I feel like someone has to know about their body. They're quite deteriorated.
So can I just ask out of game, skeletons who die against a wall, what point do the bones fall? I'm just genuinely curious.
That's
You have to be like quite deteriorated
Yeah,
before that
that's what I'm
occurs.
thinking. So if they
It
were
also
still-
depends on like the environment that they die in, because if you're gonna die in a basement, which is, you know, a little bit humid, a little
Yes.
bit yucky and gross,
Yes.
it'll probably take a long time. They might be mummified before they are
Yeah.
skeletal remains.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, would there be...
Hang on, we'll do some fact checking.
I feel like
All right, a body propped against a wall will usually slump and collapse within a few weeks to 6 months. This occurs as rigor mortis. The body may dry out, blah, 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 blah. Once the skeleton... Oh, was there anything about the skeleton? Oh, okay, so the soft tissues will consume quickly and the body can collapse into a skeleton in just a few weeks to a couple of months. So I'm going to assume it's probably not skeletons that I saw, probably a pile. Because when you do think about it, our skeletons are held together by
But
cartilage
also
and
we're
all
telling
that.
a fictional story. So
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
okay,
entirely
I'm not too-
Google accurate at
Exactly
all
whatever
times.
is the most logical thing is what you saw within the basement. And definitely not what I read out from this scenario that I've been reading from time to time.
Question. I'm looking at these notes. I'm reading the books. My
Yeah.
head's hurting, which sucks. I didn't want to see the symbol. So.
Microphone.
Oh yeah, hello microphone. My name's Elle. Pleased to meet you. No. What was I talking about? Oh, something 4 stern commands.
I would also
That's
like to draw
sticking out to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would Hayley have ever heard of in her research anything like that where like 4 is a really specific number and like similar
Sounds like an occult
situations?
roll.
Occult roll, yippee!
On that note, we've also seen 3 people need to be stabbed. We've had 1 person stabbed. Should we maybe be a little bit more
Fail.
more worried?
Well,
80 over 60.
nothing that you've heard of, nothing that rings a bell. You know of numbers like number 3, number 7 holding spiritual value, number 4 generally
Number
not so
3.
much.
Anybody?
I'm just wondering, as a fresh
catch
set of
that?
eyes, I've got a very low Cthulhu mythos, but not nothing.
Okay.
I'm wondering whether that would be something that I would try and like have a look over the materials, talk to everybody, and do like a mythos roll.
You can do a mythos roll.
It's probably gonna go
absolutely.
really badly.
That sounds like it's something that is perfect for this particular situation.
Yeah, 90 over 10.
No. You're not drawing any connections here
Which makes sense.
between what you've seen,
Yeah.
what you've experienced. I mean, it's very little so far.
Yes.
Just stories of a couple of skeletons and some old
But I'm looking at
journal.
Hayley, and I know that Hayley's an expert in this, and I
Yeah.
can see that Hayley's minds were
Self-proclaimed
in...
expert.
Yeah, but I believe you because, I don't know, you seem to talk the talk, so...
So,
If I may, I think this is probably pretty common thing to extrapolate from what you've read. It looks like someone found a tome and began experimenting with what they found within that tome. Now, that experimentation might mean that at the beginning they may not have been as good at doing the rituals and stuff like that, and it may have taken a bit of time for them to learn how to do things properly. So 4 stern commands may just be that they didn't know how to do it properly and it took them 4 turns to get it right.
Okay.
As someone who has been a person of the church before and has maybe seen things in passing, can I nail down more on the specific needing 3 people to get stabbed, and kind of sit there with my journal and see if I can recall anything else? Or is that not really? Because I've recalled a couple of things.
Okay. I will allow a history. I think history is something that is a skill that you have in this particular game. Is that correct?
Yeah, you start with 5.
5 in history. I think history is sort of a catch-all
I have
for
60.
actual
You have
historical
a 16
events.
history. Oh, you're so smart. Yeah.
Or personal sort of experiences, recalling personal experiences. But there is a caveat to this. There could be a drawback to success.
Yeah.
Do it.
We've already seen this. All the
repressed
sanity I've
memories.
lost has
I
been
do
from
You are
have
going
me
insane.
doing things
an
correctly.
idea of what we should maybe do next.
So
Should I play it? Should I try?
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
And I wonder why I'm gonna
Your
die.
character's having an amazing arc.
28.
28.
Yeah, over
Under-
60.
28 under 60.
Under 60.
That
So
is
that's
a
actual good. It's under 30, so it's a
That's too good. This is what I'm talking
it's a
about.
half. But what's that called? A strong
that's a hard success.
hard success.
Hard.
Yeah, so 50% is hard, and then 5%. Was it 5%? 1/5. 1/5 is is an extreme
12.
success.
20%.
Which we actually did wrong in one of the episodes, but we can catch up on that later. So, a hard success with your history. You recall the night in which you learnt that your grandmother had passed away. Maybe you have flashbacks, moments of hearing your parents discussing the circumstances of your grandmother's passing when they thought that you weren't around or couldn't hear what they were talking about. Maybe you overheard discussions about your grandmother's unorthodox religious group and the things, the rumors that sort of swirled around that particular church, the Chapel of Contemplation of Our Lord, and the untimely events that brought that chapel to an end in a fiery inferno during a police raid where some children were unfortunately caught in the crossfire, according to the rumors, and further details regarding rituals that were said to have taken place within that church. And you're starting to remember, like, the disappearances. Maybe we see you in your school, and you go to school one day and maybe one of your classmates is not there, their table is empty, and then maybe another month goes by and another one is empty, and you start to realize that, you know, children were being sacrificed there, and rituals were taking place to summon something. So I would say maybe with that knowledge, you know that the blood required from 3 distinct individuals was to do with a ritual aimed at summoning this entity, the Dark Man. Less so to do with, whatever else is happening here. Does that make sense? Am I? Yeah.
Yeah. Rather than the hunter with the 1, 2.
The hunt, the
Once stated
well,
fades.
once stated fades. But maybe so the ritual used with 3 sacrifices was to summon the Dark Man, and then the Dark Man imparted this knowledge of how to summon the hunter who once satiated fades. There would be reason to connect the two together, that perhaps the blood on the dagger can be used to maybe kind of like a hunting dog. That
Okay.
possibly. But the ritual itself that required the blood of 3 people was to summon the Dark Man.
And it feels like he's already probably a thing.
Are you imparting any of this knowledge to us? What are you-
And take let's go with just 1 point of sanity loss for that
Yeah.
for that
Crazy.
recollection.
47.
That's
Not too bad.
As your history is starting to, you start to realize that you have created this disassociation to protect yourself from the events that happened, and as those
your
barriers are coming down, you're
destiny.
slipping further and further into the realization that you've been tied up in something horrible when you were a child.
The realization that all of my friends don't just hate me, they just started going missing because my family was taking them for their own ritual sacrifice.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I was always alone with Dad, and I was always wondering where all my friends went.
Oh, God.
So this has been happening for some time. This is bigger than
I think she might need some laudanum too.
I think this is bigger than we realize. But I think if we're really going to bring this information to anybody and bring this to a close, you guys found a book. You didn't found the book that they're talking about. They found a book that seems to have someone has written rituals in. I honestly think that perhaps some of these, I know when it comes to like rituals of the blood kind, they tend to be more done by fanatics. I don't tend to believe that they actually have any effect. People tend to just find an excuse to do something creepy with sex or violence. So I say we find this book, and wherever we find that book, we might find perhaps the what's his name? The guy in the coffin.
Is it Corbett?
Corbett.
Corbin.
Walter Corbett.
And that's his house, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, having taken ownership of it when the original builder got sick
And there's blood seeping through
and
the
passed
walls.
away.
And a floating
And then a floating knife.
covered in
And didn't there...
bad blood.
Wasn't there a man who killed his family in that house? Was that...
He tried. He did not succeed. He went mad.
As this is
People want
happening, you can see
I have a ru-
Adele starting to go,
I have a running
She's there like-
theory
no. She's
that this book and or Corbett most likely in that basement. As we know, the spiritual presence there is quite strong. I think due to the unfinished business of whatever this ritual, whether real or not, they were trying to attempt, their spirits still linger. I think perhaps that the wielder of the knife may have been Walter Corbett's spirit. And this is not what Elle the player thinks, by the way. This is what Haley thinks. This is her justifications. So I'm saying if we perhaps travel to this basement pretending to be or claiming to be, perhaps you would be good at this as you have experience, a devotee, a follower of Corbett's church, then maybe the knife will not lash out or the poltergeist, and we can investigate further.
blood. You have the blood of your grandmother.
She's a
Oh
cultist.
goodness, I'm gonna be sacrificed. These
No,
guys are trying
no,
to sacrifice
I'm not
me.
saying we're doing a blood ritual.
No,
I'm
no,
just
I'm-
saying if you go respectfully as a follower,
Yes.
it may help.
They might recognize you.
I
Perhaps you're
can
carrying on the
entertain
lineage.
you guys and go and do that. There's nothing down there,
I
so
feel
I'm
like I
happy
don't
to
know. I
entertain
feel
you.
like that house basement was a red herring.
Something stabbed.
Really?
Well, okay, so there's two. Yeah, okay, but there's two skeletons down in the basement of the church, and there's a knife in the basement of the house. So, there has to be like a tunnel or something connecting the two.
But his body
That
is.
was, I assume so, as a player. But
Yeah.
did you ever move that wardrobe out of the way?
She
The
did.
wardrobe. Yeah, I did
Secret
it.
tunnel behind it. Surely, maybe. I'm guessing.
You didn't see anything. No.
No.
Would we?
Nothing
didn't
that you
offer anything,
noticed.
but-
I'm sorry, but Corbett is in the house that we're currently
Yeah,
investigating.
something's wrong.
We got to go back to this house. Are we going to go meet the next door neighbor to see if they have any?
I was going to say,
extra
can we
information?
we're standing at the front of the neighbour's
Yeah, we're
house
just kinda
discussing
standing
I
it.
here.
will
like-
admit that the information that you guys gathered, I really thought would be a dead end, but you found more than I expected.
Damn right we have.
Did they do well?
Of course.
Praise us. Yes.
Praise us. That sounds like cultist talk to me.
Oh shit!
We all know Sylvie's the cultist. Moving on. Anywho, so we're going.
Being sacrificed.
So we're going to talk to the sacrifice. So we're going to go and talk to the. Oh, no, okay. I'm going to keep that to myself.
No.
So we're going to go talk
So
to.
excited. You got me pumped up for that.
Oh well, Sylvie's connected to the church and all that. So, maybe Sylvie is like a reincarnation of
Of Gemma.
Gemma.
Someone I was alive.
Or
when they were
someone.
alive.
Like, yeah. Anywho, so we're going to go talk to the neighbour. What were we asking the neighbour anyway?
No, I reckon we don't need to talk to them.
We don't need to talk to the neighbour?
Maybe you see a gentleman as you guys are having this discussion. You're probably not standing out the front of his house. Somewhere, maybe just down the street, you see a gentleman, older guy, 50s, portly guy, balding, big bushy beard, mustache rather, brown suit, hat, carrying a briefcase. Just sort of walks along the street, goes into the house, number 29, I think it is, Sheep Street. Yeah, pulls out keys, opens the door, goes inside. So
There he is. We go after.
it's up to you. You don't have to talk to him if you don't want to. If you think it's a dead end or not
Maybe
useful.
you knew Walt. Sure.
Corbett.
Can I catch him before he goes in? Excuse me, sir.
He's got like a set of keys. He's like,
Terminator.
he's like, yeah. He got the keys on the door as you sort of run
Who's-
up, and he.
4 crazed-looking ladies chasing him to his house. One's injured and off her face. One's just having the best time of her life. You'd be looking scarred as
I'm
a-
just kind of creepy in general, so I wouldn't want to be.
Sylvie is shell-shocked,
Yeah.
and Hayley seems to be the only normal one here.
No shit.
How are we going with your sanity, by the way? Where are we at?
I'm actually kind of okay.
Are you okay?
47.
Damn it.
I'm doing pretty well for a girl who's disassociating about every 5 minutes or so, but
Well, you just found out all your childhood friends were sacrificed by cultists.
yeah,
Disassociating is
Of your family,
Yeah.
like cultists.
I feel like
That were your
disassociation
family.
is just
Yeah, your
surviving me.
grandma.
Yeah.
Seemed like the grand
And
dragon.
like I
of
said,
the-
I've currently only been scribbling chicken scratch into my journal.
I got it. Sylvie's been dead all along.
I
It's
can't
the
write.
sixth sense thing.
Oh, bullshit. And oh my god, she could be.
Sylvia is Bruce Willis.
Or the others.
Okay.
The others, yeah. That was a good movie. Okay, moving on.
I split into 2.
Oh god.
So he like stops. He's like got the door. He just opens the door and he stops and he turns around and he sees you coming up and he is just like, yes, can I help you, ma'am?
Apologies. I know you've probably had a long and arduous day at work. We're hired by the new owner of the property across the street to do some investigating, as he's having a hard time selling it due to the paranormal going-ons and rumors that I'm sure you've heard of. I was just wondering if you knew the previous owner, Walter Corbett, at all?
Walter Corbett. No, I've never known anyone by that name, Walter Corbett. I knew the Macarios though when they lived there. Sad thing that happened. Unfortunate. Terrible.
Corbett was ages ago, I just realized. So.
Forgive me. My name
Wait,
is.
how long ago? What year is it now?
It's like
It's like 1920s.
Yeah,
It was like 10 years ago. We could have known him.
Yeah, that's true.
This guy's old as fuck.
yeah. He's old man. Dusty dungeon.
Sorry, the neighbour's name is. No, he's about to tell us.
Dooley. Adam. Pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry, you said you were investigating the house.
Yes,
are you
we were-
with the police, or are you
No,
a journalist?
a private
I don't
investigator. We're all knowing the gender standards of this of this time. We're all hired by Max. I don't know Max's last name, but I would in character know his last name. Max last name. Private investigator.
Can I get you to roll either appearance or credit rating?
Mr. Knott? Is that who you're talking about? Max
No, Mr. Knott was the
I'm
guy
talking
who
about
hired us.
Mark's
Yeah.
character because like he's the only man and he's also an actual private investigator. So I'm like, yeah, we work for him.
We work for a man.
That's how it works.
Manly man.
Credit rating or appearance.
Just roll once and tell me if it's
Where's
under either
appearance?
of those.
Oh, up here. I see. 44. Appearance is 40 and credit rating is 30. So over both of them.
Look. You're close enough.
You can if you want to. No.
I don't want to.
He's like, I'm sorry if you're investigating the house. I wish you all the best. All I can say is, I would stay away from that place if I were you. It has a dark history. Anyway, good eve. And he goes to go inside.
Have a
He
good evening. I let him go inside.
hangs up his hat, closes the door, and maybe you even like hear it lock, and curtains are drawn.
Reasonable.
All right, here's
response.
you.
Can I
Useless.
roll a psychology just to see what I got from him, whether it was fear or do I need to? No.
No, you can, yeah.
Fear. Seems like it.
I've only got a 10. No.
No,
Nah.
no. Yeah, no, you can't
I have a 50.
tell. He
Psychology.
seemed reluctant to talk.
I got 60.
I have a good persuade.
How are you liking those dice, by the way? They're good?
Yeah.
They don't know yet?
I don't know yet. They're not being very good to me, are they?
No, they've
Let
been
me
a
give
bit
him a
rough.
roll. I love new dice. Oh, there. Ooh,
yeah.
oblong. Here.
They're from Spain.
87.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, and they're like proper Call of Cthulhu ones.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they might be cursed.
You know what they say about the rains in Spain? Elle?
So I got pretzel in my mouth. Mainly on the plane.
There we go. Thank you. Little throwback to episode 1 that no one saw.
Plain.
All right. Okay, so closes the door. You're out there now, maybe 5 p.m.
Is it night yet?
It's
or-
not night. Sun's starting to set. It'll probably, set at 6, 7 o'clock, something like
Yeah.
that. So, orange lit sky. Not much traffic anymore. Most people who have been, leaving work in this area have left already. So, the street is getting fairly quiet now. There's not many residences on Sheaf Street anymore.
Back into the house we go?
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe your first time.
Tread carefully.
Yeah, look after yourself.
Any tips?
Tread carefully. Respect
Watch
the
where you walk.
environment. Don't make loud noises.
Watch out for brambles.
In the house?
No, in the
Sure,
garden.
yeah.
In the garden.
Oh, God.
Oh,
okay.
and I say garden, I mean the massive weeds.
I'll just follow.
The singular
I'll
massive
follow
weed.
your lead, and I'll follow you to the point where, like, I try and mirror your movements because I'm taking this very seriously.
Maybe
I
not this
do.
one,
I
but
do
yeah.
suggest we walk single file to hide our numbers.
Oh, that's a good idea. And
You first.
What the hell? Why me first?
Because you're pretending to be you're going down in the basement and you're being like,
Oh,
hello,
acquaintance, am I?
my master priest.
Yes, I bring
God.
sacrifice for you.
No, don't do that bit.
can I ask?
Why,
No, I like
why
the
was that
sacrifice
Russian?
part.
have we searched the rest of the house, guys? Like, have we? No. So I'm
Free
wondering
kit.
whether is there a library? Is there a study?
I know.
Is
we
there
were
somewhere we might find this
I'm
book?
pretty sure we went through the rooms.
We
didn't
have
We
not.
did not.
We have researched or searched the top 3 rooms on the floor. On the ground floor, we have searched 0 of the 5 rooms.
Oh, okay.
I'm just wondering if we do it methodically and quickly, because I don't want to be in there after dark as much as possible, and just have a look, because you were saying something about a book that might help us.
My theory is that it's in the basement, but you are right. If we can avoid the more haunted location, perhaps we'll luck out and find it in one of the other rooms.
Yeah. Is there a way to like make it a montage, Sven?
Yeah, I can
no,
get
no, no, no,
a
no.
spot hidden for those people who would like to search the first floor, and I can just go
Are we all
through.
searching the first floor?
Yeah, I think we'll be doing
We're
it as
looking
a
for a
team.
book.
That spot hidden.
Yeah.
I feel like my spot hidden is not
I am
great.
rolling like doo-doo.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
me
gonna
too.
put these
90.
dice in jail. I got 67
Hey, where the
over.
frack is spot hidden?
It is in
Oh, there it is.
alphabetical
Yeah,
order.
yeah.
I got 98. I got 98 over 75, so it's not a fumble, but you stupid dice. I'm
I
swapping.
got a 6. I
thought
a
98
6
was
or
a
a 9?
fumble.
No, so I think it's if it's above 50, it's
a
99 or 100.
That's a
it's
6.
fumble.
Yeah, that's a 6.
Woo! I succeeded.
All right, who succeeded? Who didn't?
Me!
Success.
Success.
Failure. Okay.
I got 67, but I'm going to use 7 of my luck to bring that to 60. Yeah, to bring that down to 60.
Bring that down to 60. All right. So success. Oh no, failure. Success. Fail. Okay.
These are in jail for
I'm
now.
doing good.
I'm
Going
treating
down?
my luck like consumables in a like digital RPG where I'm just like never spending it ever.
Yeah,
but that's
so,
actually-
I might need it later.
so fair though.
So when we finish the game, we got 50 health potions and 200.
Also,
Yeah.
I'm like a sucker for like failure in TTRPGs.
Yeah.
Like I love failing.
Yeah, and it's also what would your what
Okay.
would you do in this situation if you didn't know it was going to end soon? I think that's important too, isn't it? Oh dear, is that the dark
That's a bit
man?
sad.
That is the Dark Man.
Oh, he's scary.
Well, I just don't think that's the Dark Man. I just.
Okay.
Was that
Gingerbread
the dark, yeah, the Dark Man in the coffin, eh?
Yeah, we surmise that it's probably
Run as
not.
fast as you can. He'll catch you. He's the dark man.
I
Don't
don't
look
see
now.
shit, but I just follow everyone around.
All right. I'll just give you a brief overview of what you find in the various rooms. First room on your left, as you enter the house, is what appears to be a storage room. It's filled with boxes and junk, rusted water tanks, old bicycles. At the end of the room, there is a cupboard that seems to be boarded shut. You take a little bit of time, pop that open. Empty. Nothing in there.
God, I hate that.
An idea.
Second room on your left appears to also be a storage room. Old furniture. Old furniture seems to be broken up, maybe used as fuel for a wood stove. Third room on your left is a mud room. You find some overcoats, hats, umbrellas sort of hanging on hooks. A couple of bags for coal for the stove in the living room. And there is a side door to the house that is not unlike the door to the basement, secured with three bolts and 2 locks.
Is this door also in the third room?
Yes, leading to outside. Basically just another entrance into the house, side entrance to the house through the mud room. First door on your right as you go into the house, it appears to be a living room. Conventional furnishings, a radio, couch, some stuffed chairs, empty shelves. Again, you can't help but notice the unusual quantities of crosses, images of the Virgin, and other Catholic artifacts hung up on the walls. Maybe as you go about the room with nothing but the light from your flashlight to guide your way, it feels like the Virgin Mary's eyes are watching you as you...
So the most
Search
recent
the room.
owners were like, I know how to ward off all these bad vibes. More crosses.
Yeah, and let's lock all the doors many, many times.
And then the last room on your right, and all 3 rooms on the right-hand side all open up to one another. There's no doors in between. Appears to be a kitchen. There's an icebox, wood-fed stove, oven, and a meager larder.
Ooh, I like being that
So
perfect.
living room was bottom right
Yeah.
as you come in. Kitchen was top right. So in between those two is dining area?
Dining room, yes. So dining room, so living, dining, kitchen. In the kitchen, one thing that you do notice is that there is evidence of rodents, rats, rat droppings, some remains of partially eaten food.
Ooh.
I love rats.
That's
Would we be able to tell
are
how
rats.
fresh that food was?
um
Because if there are rats there probably shouldn't be any food left.
there was some food remaining. It's old. Maybe even find a couple of cans of food lying about. But it is old.
It is
a few
old.
months,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. I was going to roll a chemistry if I had to, because I have that.
No, it has a date on there, so
Okay, cool.
I'm assuming they put dates on things in 1920s. I'm not sure. Let's just
Stand back, I'm a chemist.
did.
Used by...
There has to be some way to use this.
so that's what you find
Okay.
in the kitchen, and a fuse box.
Ooh, is there currently power to the house?
Oh.
If not, can we look in the fuse box?
Yeah.
Previously, when you've tried to flick on the lights would not turn on. If you want to check the fuse box, you pop that open. Inside, you can find that the fuses are all switched off.
Oh, sick.
Okay, flick them on.
Flick them on.
You flick them back on. Lights come on the hallway.
Hey, we have power.
Fridge turns back on. The air conditioner turns back on. The fan turns back
The
on.
creepy radio starts
Yeah, the
playing as
radio
well.
turns back
Oh, we don't
on.
have any music.
We don't. That's correct.
The neighbour upstairs goes, "Turn that down."
Fuck.
I hope there's no neighbour upstairs.
Yeah.
It's a freestanding
Neighbor
house.
upstairs is a bed.
Actually,
All right.
that would have been a really, really cool, like, if that happened. You flicked all the lights on. Next minute, you're like, turn down the music.
But what is happening? We turn the lights on.
Very loud music starts playing. You turn the lights on. That's it. The lights come on.
Sorry. Go.
Oh, I was just going to ask, from what I remember being in the basement, was there a light switch or light in the basement? Oh, hell yeah.
There was a light switch in the basement, yes. So I think we can end this episode maybe with the four of you standing at the top of the stairwell leading down to the basement. The door is still open. Maybe it's just a shot from the darkness down below, looking up the stairs with four silhouettes. So sort of milling about at the top, maybe looking down with the flashlight. Question from Gemma.
I thought the door was shut because there was a knife that was trying to kill everybody.
The door at the bottom of the basement is
is there
closed.
2 doors? Oh, shit. All right.
Oh, we closed the door at the bottom of the basement. Ah, good to know.
Yes.
Okay. And are we all shuffling in behind?
Can I ask,
Sylvia?
was there any cloak like in the mudroom? Was there any of those white cloaks so that I could play the role of being a devout person a little bit more
As long as
sincerely?
they don't have pointy
Like
hats.
cultist robes?
Yeah.
No, there were no cultist
No
robes.
cultist robes. Big sad.
I've written robes and like, so I was like, please be robe.
No robes.
We had the same thought. Yeah.
Just ominous stairways leading down to a basement that looms before you malevolently.